Good evening. Good evening. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. So just give me a thumbs up or type in the chat so I know that you can actually hear me loud and clear. All right, fantastic. Good to be here this evening. Okay, good to be here this evening as usual. My name is Mohammed Suleiman, and I will be hosting this session tonight. Now, I want us to confirm one or two things in the chat, and then we can fly away in this session. So, you are interested in software development or content creation, just type a yes in the chat. Type a yes in the chat. Type a yes in the chat, because those are the people who this session is for. Okay, and in that economy right now, there are so many opportunities that you can tap from, especially with the advent of AI. Okay, so especially with the advent of AI. Okay, yes. Abimbola says yes. God Overdue says yes. Steven says yes. Fantastic one. Okay, so now that we have the yeses coming in, another thing I want to mention is that as we go on in this session, we are going to have a number of materials that are going to be either displayed or shared. Now, if you want everything sent to you via email um, over the weekend, ensure that you fill out the attendance form. So there's going to be one of my colleagues in the chat that will be sharing the attendance form. So once that is shared, I will let you know. So you fill out the attendance form so that we can capture your email and send everything you need to your email as regards this session, the recording of this session, the slides I'm going to present, and the projects that I'm going to do, so that you can also replicate the same thing once you have them. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and once now, if you look at the chart, you'll see the attendance form has been already shared. So ensure to fill it out and type it done in the chat so I know you have filled the attendance form. So I want you to confirm that you can see my screen now. I am sharing my screen at the moment. So confirm that you can see my screen. Confirm you can see my screen. So you can type crystal clear or give me a thumbs up. Anyone will do. Okay, so Njoku, you can click on the smiley face icon and then give the thumbs up. Okay, so that is an easy way to do it. Thank you very much. All right, again, do not forget to fill out the attendance form and type it down in the chat. Only those who fill out the attendance form will get the resources we'll be using in tonight's session. Okay, tonight we're going to look at the skills that you need to build to land your very first remote role, either as a software engineer or a content creator using AI. Now the landscape has changed. Software engineering has changed because of AI. Content creation has changed because of AI. And if you want to tap into this economy, you need to listen and pay attention in this session. Okay, so why are we here today? Um, you may be here because of several reasons. Okay, the job you are doing requires that you physically show up, okay, and exert yourself to make more money. So Bashir Moshood, don't type your name in the chat. Fill out the attendance form. If you type your name in the chat, nobody's going to take note of it. The only okay, Mahmoud Bashir rather. The only way we take note is if you fill out the attendance form, which the link has been pasted in the chat by Janet. Janet is one of my team members. and she will be posting the attendance form. I'll paste the link alone again now in the chat for those of you who missed it. So ensure to fill it out. Okay, so ensure to fill out the attendance form. That is the only way we are going to take note of your presence here. All right. So, and ensure to send the link of this session to a loved one, colleague, who would benefit from something like this, so that they can also join. So you're tired of, having to pay with your health to get more cash, okay? Or you are in that space where deep down that you are a hard worker, you work very hard, okay? But you've been in the same position for quite a number of years now. Your income has barely increased. So how do you change that narrative? How do you change that narrative moving forward? Plus, you are tired. Okay, you're tired of feeling stuck in one place. You know exactly what you want, but you're stuck as to how do you go about it. So I want to congratulate you for joining this session. Okay, because in this session I'll be showing you several things: how you can build those AI skills, how you can learn those roles, and how you can gain experience that would set you up for that opportunity. Okay, so a little bit about Tenalytics business. So Tenalytics business is a leading edtech firm, and we've been in existence for over half a decade now, and we're majorly based in both Canada and the UK. And over the last half a decade, we've been able to help um, over 4,000 people transition into tech, and we've worked with 300 plus industry experts to make this a reality. And over the last half a decade as well, we've helped people transition into generative AI for data analysis, AI automation engineering, health tech, business analysis, data engineering, cybersecurity, and the list goes on. So ensure to check our pages if you haven't. Follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, X, and the rest. Also subscribe to our YouTube page so that you don't miss out on any resources that we post on there. Like I said earlier, my name is Mohammed Suleiman. I wear many hats. Okay, I'm become a data analyst, AI automation engineer, AI specialist, business intelligence analyst, data scientist, and so on. And I currently head the training department here at Tenalytics Business. I've also served as the Chief Operating Officer at Navient Analytics, and I've helped thousands of people to transition into the tech space so far. Okay, so I also work remotely. If you are here and you want to work remotely, like you rightly said earlier in this session, then welcome. You're in the right place. You can look me up on LinkedIn and Instagram and connect with me. I'll be happy to connect with you. Now, this is the real deal. This is the real deal. As we are having this conversation, as we are having this conversation, right now, there is a big gap between the number of AI roles that are available globally and the number of talent pool that can, fit into these roles. Right now, estimated you have 1.6 million roles that are vacant, and all these employers have to fight for talent from a pool of just over 500,000 qualified candidates. Qualified candidates. Okay, so there is still a big gap. So right now, 72% of employers cannot fill a vacant AI skill-based role as we speak. And as we speak, AI roles pay 67% more than traditional tech roles. So I'll put this into perspective. If you are, say, a business analyst, all right, you're already in tech, but if you add AI automation to that, your your remuneration increases dramatically. Okay, and on an average, it takes over 2 months to fill a particular role. So this creates a big gap, and it sounds very juicy right now, but this gap would not exist forever. The estimate is that from 2027 onwards, that this gap would have been closed. And for those people who would want to enter into AI, then they would have to do 10 times more work than you have to do now to get the same role. We've seen this happen so many times. It has happened with several other roles, in the past, and it is repeating itself again. Only that, only that this time it is happening at full speed before it takes a decade, 2 decades for the gap to be closed. Right now, the estimation is within the next 6 months, this gap will be closed. And that is a testament of the fact that AI skills are not as difficult as traditional tech roles to learn and to get. Okay, so they are not difficult to learn. You don't need to learn coding and all the other things that people naturally tell you. And if you are looking for international roles right now, especially around software engineering and content creation, and when I say content creation, I mean AI videos, social media management and all of that are tailored to AI itself, then you need to target certain job boards. Okay, there are job boards you need to target if you are looking for startups in the UK. There are job boards to target if you are looking for startups in Canada. If you're looking for remote roles for US based companies, there are platforms you should be looking at. And if you are looking for roles that, regardless of the location, okay, any country, remote anywhere jobs, then there are certain places you should be looking at, like JobGetter, Remote Co, Remote Africa, Micro1.ai, and so on. Okay, if you're targeting roles in the US, there are places you should be looking at, like Built In, Well Found, and so many others. Some of them are not even on my slide right now, like crossover.com. You can search crossover.com. Crossover requires that you take some assessment, okay? And the good thing about it is that once you've taken the assessment once, you don't have to repeat it, even if you're applying for another job, as long as that assessment is a requirement for that job. And so many people see the assessment and run away, okay, because they don't know how to go about it. Micro1.ai, for example, okay, let's even look at some of these job boards. Let's look at Micro1.ai, for example. So this is JobGetter. Okay, let's look at Micro1.ai real quick. All right, Micro1.ai. Now, Micro1.ai. Okay, so let's see. Micro1.ai. Micro1.ai jobs. Okay, so let's look at Micro1.ai jobs. Now, I'll tell you why platforms like Micro1.ai exist. Okay, now this platform exists because there are so many top guns who are building AI models right now, and they need data to train these models. So Micro1.ai is such platform that allows you to peruse several ranges of skills and career paths, and you can through that train their AI and you get paid handsomely. Okay, I'll paste the link in the chat so that you can go through it yourself. And there are so many others, that are in my slides. Some of them I didn't even include it in the slide. So ensure to fill out the attendance form if you haven't already, so that you can get the recording of this session. You can go back to it and relive what we are talking about today. Okay, so these opportunities are out there. I think it's taking a lot of time to load on my end. Probably probably a slow network speed. Okay, but we'll come back to it once it's done loading. Now, before I talk about Olusegun Agbolade and how he moved from um a background in finance, working with a logistics company in Lagos, to joining our program, our 2 month program, started November 2025, and his program ended January 2025. And then he got a job right as he was ending the program with a Canadian-based brand. He worked with them on contract for 4 months. After the fourth month, he set up his own AI agency, and right now, as we speak, from zero across 6 months total, Olusegun Agbolade was able to move from no man's land to becoming a founder of a tech firm. So he founded his own AI agency, and Olusegun is doing very well for himself. Not just him, but you also have Frank. And I am very passionate about Frank's story because I was the one who wrote Frank's recommendation letter for this particular job. Frank joined our one of our AI programs, and he was very, very diligent, and he was able to land a role June 2026. Okay, that was last month. So how can you move in this manner as well? So what I'm going to do now is I'll show you some cool stuff. Okay, I'll show you some cool stuff that you can do with AI in content creation. If we have the time, we'll also look at software development, a little bit about software development, and then we'll go from there. Okay, and what I'm about to show you, I would also want you to try it out once you get the recording to the session. Okay, so that you see the amazing stuff that you can build with AI. What now, very quickly, what is one event that is happening tomorrow around this time tomorrow? Who can tell me in the chat? What is one event that is happening tomorrow that a lot of people are looking forward to? Who can tell me what that is? People are talking about it on social media, people are posting about it and all of that. Who can tell me what that is? Who can tell me what that is? Nobody? Type it in the chat. Let me know. Type it in the chat. Let me know. What is one event that is happening tomorrow? The World Cup final. Fantastic. The World Cup final. Absolutely correct. Okay. Now, if you are a content creator or you are into social media content creation, then you should start thinking of, how do I post about this? What can I create without necessarily picking up my camera, so to say? So, and there are several things that you can do. Okay. In fact, when there are events like this, if you're into content creation on social media, what you should be doing is you pick other people's content and repurpose it for yourself. Okay, and there are so many ways you can do that. All right, let's quickly do one. Okay, let's quickly do one. So I'm going to open up Chat GPT. I'm going to open up Chat GPT, and I'm going to tell it that it should create um it should create a picture collage of it should create a picture collage of that I want to use to create a video. All right, so it will create this picture collage of the World Cup final, okay, between Argentina and Spain, if I'm correct. Argentina and Spain. Okay, so but I want it to be fine-tuned to FIFA. Okay, so what I would do is I'm going to write this prompt. I will give you some of the FIFA 2026 assets, and I want you to create a picture collage of the final between Argentina. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. But all of this will be part of the resources I'll be sharing with you if you fill out the attendance form. So you don't need to worry about it if you can't type along myself. So um, between Argentina and Spain, okay, tomorrow, tomorrow, happening tomorrow evening. Okay, happening tomorrow evening. How do we spell happening? Okay, so happening tomorrow evening. Okay, now ask me for the assets. Okay, ask me for the assets. So I'll send this first. Okay, and ChatGPT is going to ask me to post or to paste the assets. Now while it's doing that, I'll quickly, okay, you can say images okay, all right. So what I'm going to do is I would say Argentina. Okay, Argentina FIFA 26. Okay, I'll just search Argentina FIFA 26. Go to images, go to images. So I can pick any image that I want. Okay, so I can pick any image that I want, and you'd see some flyers that people have already, even created. So I can pick any image that I want. Okay, I can pick this. I will take a screenshot of this image. Okay, I'll take a screenshot of this image. Let's hold on. Okay, so I'll take a screenshot of that image. All right, come back and paste it. Control V to paste. Okay, then I'll go again, and I'm going to say FIFA FIFA World Cup 2026. So I want to get the FIFA World Cup thing. Okay, so I'm going to click on this first one. Okay, let's copy that image and paste here also FIFA 26. All right, so I've gotten the FIFA 26. What else? Let's get Spain. Let's get for Spain. Okay, let's get for Spain. Spain. Okay, let's get for Spain. So let's get Yamal's photo. All right, so that's Lamine Yamal. Okay, so let's quickly screen grab that. Okay, then what else do we need? Team logos and flags, FIFA World Cup logo, trophy, stadium, any sponsor logo, the exact match time, headline, and preferred image size, and all of that. So hold on, let's see, what do we have next? Trophy, stadium, team logos and flags. Okay, let's get the flags. Let's get the flags real quick. I think I have it in the first search. I think I have it in the first search. Okay, I think I have it in the first search. Hold on. Yeah, here. So yeah, I'm going to just take a screen grab of this match schedule. Okay. Yeah. So this should do. Okay, this should do. All right. So this should do. Okay. All right. So now I'll send that. I'll send that, and it would analyze the image, and it's going to tell me to hang in there, and it will create my image for me. So once it creates this, I will then use another AI to turn it into a video. I'll use another AI to turn it into a video. I can say, sorry, the prompts. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I would provide. So what I'm going to do is this. So let's start a new chat. Okay. All right. So create a FIFA final flyer for Argentina versus Spain happening tomorrow. Okay. Argentina versus Spain happening tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide only, hold on, I'm going to provide only the FIFA assets. Okay, provide just the FIFA assets. So let's paste the FIFA logo. Okay, the FIFA logo, and let's also paste the March schedule. Okay, so and then let's do this. Okay, so let's create the image this time. Okay, let's create the image this time, and let's see how that goes. Okay, so it's designing the flyer and so on. Okay, so I can say, so while that is going on, I can just say create a cartoon version. All right, it will come in very handy. Okay, so because some of these AI tools can tell you when you use very vivid images of um celebrities and all of that, it may start to tell you that you're violating their policies. So you have to also factor that in. But first off, let's generate this, and then I'm going to send this, create a cartoon version of this. So create a cartoon version of this. Okay, so that is generating. So while this is generating, okay, let us look at software development as well. Okay, let us look at software development. How many of you have heard of Lovable AI? How many of you have heard of Lovable AI? How many of you have heard of Base 44, Anti-Gravity, Google Stitch, and the rest? Look, software development has changed now. So if you are still learning Next.js, CSS, JavaScript, is good, but you do not have to anymore, because now software development is now about, do you understand what software development lifecycle is? So how do you create a software that is safe, that meets data policies, and that is also immune from hackers? So if you understand these things, that is what you really need to build. So then you don't need to learn coding. Okay, so I got a notification that the flyer is ready. So this is it. Can you see? So I have a final showdown. Okay, I have a final showdown of the of the match happening tomorrow. Okay, so I think I can download this. All right, so I can download this. Okay, so I can download. All right, so I've downloaded it, and I'll use it in Gemini to convert it a um to a video. All right, but this is Lovable AI, for example, and I've been playing around with Lovable and building several projects. These are numerous projects that I've built in Lovable, everything without writing code. I built a platform that allows patients to remotely get consultations from doctors. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit whether that helps. Okay, so I built a platform that allows you to build your own online store. So if you have a product and you want to build a quick website, you can just use this. Okay, I built Spendwise. Spendwise is, it helps you track your monthly spend. All of these by just chatting with the AI and it builds. Okay, this is Lagoon Restaurant. Okay, somewhere, it's located somewhere on the island in Lagos. Now I discovered that they did not have a website. So what I did was I went online, went to their Instagram also, picked some pictures there, and I used that to build this particular website. Okay, I used it to build this particular website, and then I sent them a DM on Instagram. Well, look what I built for you. Do you want to have a conversation about this so I can share exactly how it works? So that is the strategy you need now to get clients. Okay, both locally and even internationally. All right, so both locally and even internationally. So this is this is it. Okay, as you can see, so this is the home page, as you can see. So if you scroll down, you start to see exquisite flavors, the menu, you know, and all of that. Start to see a glimpse of how the place looks like, so you can see the views and all of that. All right, so you can see some of the landmark. Okay, you can go into menu, gallery, you know, you can look at the pictures on the website and you can see how it is animated. So how can you build something like this without writing code? Yes, you can. You can absolutely build something like this without writing any code. So, and this is the next big thing. Okay, if you can build something like this, it is the next big thing. So let's quickly play around with another AI. Okay, let's make use of Gemini. Let's turn that flyer into a video. Okay, let's turn that flyer into a video. So let's go to Gemini. All right, so I'll tell it to, so I'm going to select video, and then I'll give it the flyer and tell it to animate the flyer. Okay, animate the flyer. Simple. Okay, I'll tell it to animate it. All right, so hold on. So I'm going to say, let's add the flyer first off. Upload file. Okay, hold on. First off, create video, so it knows he wants to create a video. So I'm now going to upload a file. Okay, no, not add from drive, please. So I would upload a file. Okay, and the file I'm uploading is the image we just created, which is this one. Okay, so I'll upload that here, and then say animate animate this animate this image, okay, of the final happening happening between Spain and Argentina tomorrow. Okay, Spain and Argentina. That's all. So and I can choose the aspect ratio, whether, you know, landscape or portrait. I'll choose portrait so that I can use it for, you know, Instagram, YouTube shorts, and all of that. So I'm gonna send that. Okay, I'll send it and just wait for it to do its thing. I would wait for Gemini to do its thing. And there are so many other, you know, video creation tools that you can use out there. Okay. There are so many other video creation tools that you can use out there, like Leonardo AI, Leonardo AI, Leonardo AI. You can check it out. Okay, you have Leonardo AI. All right, AI video generator. You can also generate images with Leonardo AI and all of that. So I'll wait for it to refresh. Okay, so you also have HeyGen. HeyGen. All right, you have HeyGen. Okay, so this is HeyGen for AI video generation. You have Higgsfield. Higgsfield. Okay, so you have Higgsfield. You know, you can create um videos with Higgsfield and so on. So you want to check out these platforms. You want to check out these platforms. You can see some other ones, DaVinci AI, free AI video creation. So check them out. Okay, there are so many of them out there. Okay. Um Says you can't make this type of video. All right, so let's try redoing. If that doesn't work, then um we can go back here and just send this prompt, create the cartoon version of this, so that way the AI bypasses all the restrictions, okay, regarding violating any policies. So we'll wait for ChatGPT to do that. Okay. So there are several things you can do, all right, with AI these days. You can create flyers, you can create videos, you can create a collage, and then animate the collage using a specific tool and so on like that. So it is amazing what you can do these days with AI. Talk less of AI, um, AI software engineering, where you can just create an app from thin air. And let me show you one. I'll show you one, but let's finish up with this flyer, then we'll go into that. We'll create a PRD, maybe for a quick app, and then we'll turn that into an app using Lovable. Okay, and it's not just about building the app on Lovable. You can also deploy. So all you need to do is to open a GitHub account, okay, and also open a Vercel account for deployment. Once you do that, the sailing is very smooth. So as you make changes to your app on Lovable, it gets deployed immediately on Vercel, where you are hosting. So I have this particular one now. FIFA World Cup Final 2026, the final showdown. Let's see how cartoonish this is. Okay, so very similar to the first one, but yeah, it followed. It made it more cartoonish, as you can see. Okay, so we can go ahead and save this one. Okay, save this one. Okay, now the video in Gemini is ready. The video you didn't want to do initially is now ready. Can you see? So let us play it. Let me play it and see. So can you see that? Let me share the audio. Did you hear the audio? Did you hear the audio? Did anyone hear the audio? Most likely not. Did you hear the audio? Confirm if you heard the audio. All right. So let me reshare so that you can hear the audio. So you can create stuff like that within a twinkle of an eye. Okay, within a twinkle of an eye with AI. So let me share just the tab. Where is it? Gemini. Yes, this one. Okay, great. So you should be able to hear now once you see my screen. So just give a moment for my screen to come back up and you'll be able to see it. Now, meanwhile, if you have not filled out the attendance form, ensure to fill it out now. It's in the chat. The link is in the chat. Okay, click on the link, fill it out, type screen if you can see my screen now. Type screen if you can see my screen now. So before I go ahead and play it again. So type screen if you can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen again? So I'm about to play it. You should be able to hear the audio now. Okay, great. So let's go again. Let's play that. Let me download it also. So let's download the video. It's playing now. Let's take it back. Okay. Okay. So let's do this instead. For some reason, it's not playing fluidly. Let's take it back a little. Let's take it back. Let's take it back again. Okay. So let's play now. So can we see that now? Can we see that now? So still remaining 4 seconds to play. But you can see the idea behind just a flyer and simply saying animate it, and there you have a content. Okay, you don't need to be a guru. You don't need to be a guru in prompting or whatsoever. This is something you can just create, casually. Now imagine, please confirm if you can still hear me. Can we still hear me? Confirm you can still hear me. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. So now imagine if you dedicate 2 months. Imagine you dedicate 2 months to this, what you can build. And to give you a glimpse of what you can build, ensure to visit our Instagram page. You would see what we build, and even our students, what they have been building. Okay, check us out on LinkedIn as well, 10 Analytics Business, so you can see exactly what you will be able to build. Okay, so and with this, you can now build a portfolio. And speaking about portfolio, we'll get into portfolio, in a little bit. Let me share my slide again, and then we can continue. All right. Let me share my slides again, and then we can continue with the presentation. So all of these projects that you are building, you are not building it for yourself. You need to showcase this project on platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and so on. Now, that is how you get the attention of potential recruiters, especially on LinkedIn. Okay, especially on LinkedIn. So those things you are posting alongside your portfolio, and I'll show you what a portfolio looks like in a little bit. All of those things would then come together and form your portfolio. Your portfolio is your social proof, and it is not rocket science. This is how to break into that space that you want to get into. Either you're a software developer or a content creator. So Once again, let me know once you can see my screen. You should be able to see my screen now. You should be able to see my screen now. Okay, fantastic. So this is Frank, and like I said, Frank was very diligent. He joined our program, attended all his classes, did all his classwork, submitted his final project, and um, a few months after he finished the program, he was able to land a job, and we were able to write a reference letter for him. Okay, which means you can still come after the program has ended and request that, oh, Mohammed, I need help with my upcoming interview. Okay, that is part of what we offer, interview preparation. Or Mohammed, I now need a reference from Analytics business. Okay, and so on like that. So how did Frank really do it? Let's get into some of the things that he did. So he learned a high in demand skill. And like I've shown you a glimpse of easily creating videos with your day-to-day tools. Okay, I didn't use any high-end video creation tool yet. Okay, and see the quality we're able to produce still. Just ChatGPT and Gemini. So now imagine spending 2 months, like I mentioned, learning how to really do this and create AI stories, create amazing stuff. Okay, so when you learn a high in demand skill, it becomes easier to land that remote job you are looking for. Okay, it becomes easier because right now, look at the gap that we talked about earlier. 72% of employers are still looking to fill AI roles. They're not going to fill them with um, logs of wood. They're going to fill them with real talent, human talent. And this is where you come in. Okay. You also learned the right way. And when I say learning the right way, what I really mean is you want to learn in a project-based environment. You don't learn from theory. Theory will do you no good. Okay. So you want to learn by actually doing that thing. And that is how our students have been able to master the art. So you want to learn how to create apps or software, or you want to learn how to create AI videos. We don't share a bunch of theory with you. What we spend time doing is you actually do those things. You build apps, you build AI videos, and from there, that is how you learn. So as you are learning, you are building your portfolio project. Okay. And speaking about portfolio projects, we also encourage you to share your work, showcase your work. You are building not for the fun of building, but so that you can be seen and reckoned with, so that opportunities can also find you. As you are looking for opportunities, you also want opportunities to find you easily. So you have to showcase your work. And when I say showcase your work, I'm talking about building a portfolio. If you want to break into tech or AI specifically, and you don't have what to show for it, for example, you go to my LinkedIn right now, you'll be able to see some of the posts that I've made and what I've been able to build so far. If you do not have that, there is no way you are breaking in. So, and those projects you are building are not just classwork, they are not mere classworks, they are going to stand for you as experience. Because when you want to break into a US startup, for example, or you want to break into a company that is based in Canada and you want to work with them remotely, you have to show that you have experience working with a similar brand, similar in sense that you have to have experience in a startup in that location. How do you do that? It is from the class projects that you would extrapolate. So you're not just going to consider them mere classwork, it's going to be baked into your experience. So while you are here at Analytics Business, it's going to be included as part of your CV. I'll get to CV now. Okay, it's going to be included there as an experience, also on your LinkedIn. So that way you can claim the experience, and you also are able to get a reference from us. So that's how it's done. Okay. And speaking about evidence, you need to be able to show evidence of your work, and that is where portfolio comes in. So let me show you Frank's portfolio. Now, regardless of the career path you choose, you must have a project portfolio. You must have a project portfolio. So, and the irony is that you can build this portfolio without any coding experience. You don't need to know how to code to build a website portfolio like this. Now, this portfolio would house all your projects, and you can easily share it with potential recruiters or anyone whenever they ask. I'll share you this link so that you can also look through his portfolio. And spoiler alert, I will be selecting 3 people from tonight's session, just 3 people from tonight's session, that I will be showing in an exclusive session with myself how to build something like this without writing codes and in under 1 hour. Because it does not involve code, you can build it in under 1 hour, and you won't need to pay any subscription to be able to build this, to keep this website running. So it's just you build it and it's going to be there running, and you can use it as a portfolio. So this is Frank's portfolio. So when you come here, you read about Frank and you're able to click view my portfolio. When you click on that, it takes you to Frank's project, and you can start to see the work Frank has done. So you would also have all your projects like this on your portfolio, and you would have a link for each project that can take people to interact with it. So your videos, your AI videos, you would have a link so that people click on it and they are able to watch those videos. Okay, your software that you've developed, you would have a link attached like this so that people can go there. Okay, and then wherever you go, you can just share the link to your website portfolio with anyone, and people can always come there to see it. Okay, and once you've shared it once with someone, you don't need to share again, because all you need to do is to keep updating with new projects as you are building, and whenever anyone goes there, they'll see the updated thing. Okay, they'll see the updated thing. So this is taking me to a Power BI project that Frank was able to build. So this particular project, I am able to interact with the dashboard itself. Okay, that is where this link, you can see, click here to interact. Have I shared the link? Let me share the website link again for those of you who did not get it. So visit Frank's page and see what Frank has been able to build. So you can also build this by yourself, okay, of course, with our guidance. All right, so like I said, I'll be selecting 3 people tonight, okay, that I'll be showing how to build this very soon. Okay, so I'll tell you how I'll select those 3. Now, here is the reference letter I wrote for Frank. That was the game changer for him. Okay, so Frank got this professional reference letter, and this was what sealed the deal for him. So he got the job. I wrote it around May ending, and he got the job early June. So apart from having the evidence, having the requisite skills, you still need someone to be able to vouch for you before you can permanently secure that role. Now, a lot of people say, but Muhammad, don't I need a computer science degree? Don't I need to know how to code? Or don't you think I'm too old for this? Guess what? You don't need a computer science degree. AI has leveled the playing field such that what the skill you really need is communication skills. If you know how to communicate effectively with the AI tool you are using, you will be able to bring the best. You saw when I was writing my prompt, I hit some roadblock and I was able to rephrase so that I get the results that I need. So you will learn how to, effectively communicate with AI so that you can get your desired results. This does not require any specific computer science degree or coding experience. So you don't even need to know how to code. Even with roles like AI automation and AI software development, you won't be interacting with codes. You'll just be interacting with your prompts, and you are able to build the exact thing you want. Okay, there are so many projects on our page that our students have built. Ensure to visit our Instagram page, visit our YouTube page. You see so many of these projects, so that you can look through them. Okay, so also, if you think you are too old for this, guess what? I have experienced two gentlemen so far. Okay, this year alone. Okay, two gentlemen. One, I met him in a physical event. Okay, this gentleman used AI in a way that blew me away. Okay, and later on, in hindsight, thinking about it, I said, well, today AI just needs you to be a very good communicator. Just be able to explain what you want. That's all. Just be able to explain what you want, and you are going to get your results. I was able to use some of the a fantastic. Let me show you a particular tool. Let me show you a particular tool. It's called Notebook LM. But I think between yesterday and today, the name was changed to Google Gemini Notebook. Okay, you can use this tool to build amazing stuff in a matter of minutes, and I have built so many projects with this tool. So many projects, from slides to comic books to videos, and name it. So while I was preparing for this session as well, I said, let me just play around with Notebook LN, with the Argentina versus England match. How many of you saw that match? The uh, England versus Argentina. You know the story of England versus Argentina. So what I did was I went to YouTube. I went to YouTube and I picked up the highlights, the YouTube highlights. I picked it up, pasted it here, and then I asked Notebook LM to create a short video and a comic book for me. And it's created it. Let me show you the comic book that it created. Okay, let me show you the comic book that it created. Okay, of the clash between England and Argentina. So this is the FIFA World Cup semi-final highlight. Okay, the 21-year wait is over. The inside men talked about some of some of the players that play for English clubs, but they are in the Argentinian side. Talked about what happened in the first half, and then how England struck, all the clashes, the defense, and how the English keeper saved, a lot of their attempts, and then the deadlock was broken. Argentina equalized 1-1. And then how England made a very grave mistake of going to defense while Argentina was playing the attack, and that was how the momentum shifted to Argentina. And after clipping the bar a couple of times, the final header Okay, the final header to head the win home was made by one of Argentina players, and that was how they advanced to the final. Now, this is another piece of content that you can make, and you can make this in a matter of 15 minutes with the right prompt. So the world has moved from writing codes and all of that to creativity. Okay, this is the video. that the video overview that I created with Notebook LM. It's a fantastic tool. Okay. And so it's a short video. Okay. Short video that shows, what happened in the semi-final, and you can post this, create content and post and start getting followers, and that is it for you. So at the end of the day, the question is, this is what you can build in a matter of 30 minutes, 10 minutes. What do you think you'll be able to build if you dedicated 6 to 8 weeks to really lock in and learn this thing from scratch? What do you think you'll be able to achieve? Because people like yourself have achieved the same thing. Okay. Pavel was a teacher based in Cameroon, and he decided, you know what, I want more than just being a teacher. And that was how he joined us. He learned, okay, he packaged, applied to jobs, and he was able to land a healthcare role in a healthcare analyst role in um, a US based startup. Similar story for Bukola. Bukola had no previous tech experience, and after she joined our program, she landed 2 roles for a US based company. Okay, and this is what you'll be learning depending on which of the programs you go for, either AI video creation or AI in software development. And if you look very closely, they both start from the basis, foundation. Okay, you learn prompt engineering for AI video creation, you learn text to image, you know, text to image, image to video, video editing, audio editing, and you also learn how to automate workflows. Okay, generative AI for software development. You learn vibe coding foundation, which was what I just showed you earlier in Lovable. You learn how to come up with a PRD, website building and deployment, all the securities that you need to implement. You learn all those things as well. Okay, and so on. Now, it's an 8 weeks journey, okay, that will change your career. First 2 weeks is meant for the foundation. Okay, after that, you go into the core skills and start building projects. All right, week five, week 5 and 6, you focus on, you know, building even more projects, real world simulation, and then week 7 and 8, you launch your career, you undergo mentorship, and all of that stuff. So, and at the end of everything, you'd also get a certificate, and your certificate is accredited by both the CPD in the UK and the ACTD in North America. So wherever you are here, you are able to defend yourself on all fronts. Skill wise, you are there. Evidence wise, you are there. Certificate wise, you are there. If you need a reference, you are still there. Okay, so how many of you are ready to take that mantle, to say, you know what, I want to pass through this 8 weeks journey? Okay, I want to pass through this 8 week journey. And mind you, you'll be having your classes on Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, on Sundays, you will be getting what we call self-paced videos on your LMS, and I'll be showing you shortly what your LMS looks like. Okay, and the good thing about the LMS is you don't even need to wait till the official start date to access it. Okay, you can start accessing it today. And like I said, I'm looking for 3 people, just 3 people who are ready to get started. And then we'll start by me showing you how to build your portfolio. We'll build it together, not just me showing you. We'll actually build it live in a session together. Okay, and you would have your portfolio, and that will give you a head start. Okay, so give me a thumbs up if you are ready to get started. You want to be part of those 3 people who will be working with me, um closely. All right, fantastic. So I've talked about the certificate and the accreditation. Okay, so I'm going to paste the link to our website. Okay, because I'll need you to book your spot via the website. Okay, so I'll paste the link to the website, and you can visit the website and follow me and see how you can get started, how you can get access and be part of the first 3 people. Okay, so but before we go to, I've pasted the link to the website. Okay, so before we go to the website, okay, the investment you are making does not just get you a technical skill, but it also gets you hands-on real-world project work. You get LinkedIn profile optimization, so it would help you optimize your LinkedIn profile. You'd also get a CV revamp. You send us your CV, however it looks like, and we would make it look a lot better. Let me see if I can pull up a quick sample so that you can see what I am talking about. So you can see what I am talking about. Okay. So you can see what I am talking about. Hold on. Let's see if I can quickly pull up a CV sample. So, you know, when people say, when we talk about CV, when we talk about CV, people think it's the fanciest CV that gets the job. Recruiters spend less than 7 seconds going through your CV. So your CV has to look a certain way. Okay, so we'll help you revamp your CV. You'd also get interview preparation coaching. So when you have an interview coming up, we'll help you prepare ahead of that job interview. All right, and this is something that is ongoing even after your program has ended. You also have portfolio development support, like I said, professional job reference. I've mentioned that, mentorship sessions every Thursdays, and you can start this Thursday. Register now. You start your mentorship this Thursday. You won't wait until August, until the August cohort. Okay, so instead of 250,000 naira, right now the webinar price is 150,000 naira, and you can split it into 3 installments, which means all you need right now to be part of those 3 people that I will be working with very closely is 50,000 naira. With just 50,000 naira, you can secure your spot right now. So how do you secure your spot? All you need to do is to go to the website, like I have mentioned. Okay, I have pasted the link in the chat. You go to the website. Okay, you click on courses. You click on courses up there. Okay, you click on courses. Okay, and you go on to select the course of your choice. You go on to select the course of your choice. Okay, you go on to select the course of your choice. So once you're on the courses page, all you need to do is select the course of your choice, whether it's AI content creation or AI software development. I'm going to use AI software development as a case study. So I'll click on the enroll now button. And once you click on the enroll now button, you'll be required to then create your free account. Okay, you'll be required to create your account. So so I'm just going to click on that. So you'll be required to create your account. So once you've created your account, it's going to bring you to this page that I am on. And all you need to do is to scroll down and click choose your payment plan. Once you've clicked choose your payment plan, okay, you can then go on to choose your cohort. Okay, you click choose cohort and you can decide when you want to get started. Okay, you can get started August. You can choose either August or September. All right, so I'm going to choose August, and then I can choose the 3 installments which I already explained, or you can go for the one-time payment to get an extra discount. Okay, you can get a one-time payment to get an extra discount. EK Martins, what you need to do is to fill out the attendance form, okay, so that we send the recording to your email. All right, so you select whichever one of your choice and then you click on pay. Once you do that, it's going to redirect you to the Paystack page, and you go on to choose whether you want to use the transfer method or your card, whichever option. Once you have done that, all you need to do is it will redirect you to your learner's dashboard. So let me show you what your learner's dashboard would look like. Let me show you what your learner's dashboard would look like. Okay, so on your learner's dashboard, you can immediately start to watch your lesson videos, attend mentorship sessions, start to build projects even before the class starts. So this is what your dashboard would look like. You'd also see me there, okay, walking you through how to use this dashboard. All right, I'm going to click on lesson videos. So I'll show you, once you are here, all you need to do is to watch this dashboard guide and you would know where to go from here. Okay, and you can see the lesson videos are there, classroom is there, everything that you need is here. Okay, and you can start to use this even before the official start date, where you start getting your live sessions. Okay, and this is the game changer for you right now. So first 3 persons, would get the exclusive session that I talked about. Okay, so 5, it says 5 on the slide, but 2 slots are already gone, so it's only 3 left before this session started. And once you have secured your spot, ensure to send me a DM 0703 215 8619. 0703 215 8619. Send me a DM on WhatsApp and we can now have a conversation on the next steps to take afterwards. And if you have any other questions, we can sort it out on there. So that's my line. 0703 215 8619. Again, first 3 people to register tonight will get a free live portfolio build session with myself before the program actually starts in August. Okay, so send me a DM once you have secured your spot, and we are good to go. Okay, if you are torn between, oh, which one should I go for? Should I go for this or that? You can pick anyone now, so you can take advantage of the discount and the freebie that is attached to it, so that you can now later have a conversation with myself, and you can choose or change or remain with whatever you initially picked, and we would effect that change, if any, for you. Okay, so if you have any questions, this is the time to ask your questions. This is the time to ask your questions. This is the time to ask your questions. You can raise your hand and I'll allow you to unmute, or you can type your question in the chat, whichever one you prefer. Okay, so you raise your hand first, okay, before you unmute. So you use the raise hand icon like this before you mute. So I'll call your name, and it's after I call your name, you then unmute and speak. Okay, please, only if I call your name, your mute and speak. And I'll only call your name if you raise your hand. So if you want to speak, raise your hand or just type your question in the chat and I'll pick it from there. We can take a few questions before we call it a night. And if you're one of those people who have sent me a DM, congratulations. Okay, congratulations on securing your spot already. Okay, we will definitely, I'll respond to you shortly after this session and tell you what next to do. So congratulations to those who have sent me a DM already. Okay, so questions, any questions, any questions, any questions, any questions. You can type your question in the chat. You can book a clarity session. You can send me a DM. You can raise your hand if you have a question and I'll call you. If no questions, then fantastic as well. Okay. Any questions? I'll give 1 more minute. 1 more minute to initiate questions, and then we can start to wrap up. All right. So I do not see any questions. Abimbola, Charity, Basi, Chinedum, Cleve or Clive, Benga, Fatima, Nonso, Emmanuel, Oyekachi. So I'll be expecting your questions, but if no questions, fantastic. Okay, this is where we will be calling it a night. Okay, this is where we'll be calling it a night. If you have any questions, you know where to reach me. Again, for those who have already sent a DM, fantastic one. I'll be giving you further communications in the DM on how you will get the free portfolio build with me. Okay, so once again, have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful evening. Congratulations once again to those who have secured their sports. Cheers, guys, and see you in class.